But I'm still, maybe confused, or, is it more concern that we don't have a deeper lineup for this show? Because, who the promoter is for this show, Fouad Abiad. Is Martin Fitzwater throwing some shade towards Fouad Abiad and not doing his show? He kind of skipped out on Detroit and Fouad and said, screw you, I'm going to do the Pittsburgh Pro. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Muscle Discord, and I'm going to do my 2025 Detroit Pro top 5 predictions. Quick video here. It's not a crazy deep lineup. There's, I think 15 guys doing the show, which is an increase from last year. But I'm still, maybe confused, or, is it more concern that we don't have a deeper lineup for this show? Because, who the promoter is for this show, Fouad Abiad. Okay, I'm not the biggest fan of that man. But I'll give him kudos for, the stage presence, the lighting, the backdrop is probably the best in, the Pro League. Right? I'll give credit to that. So why aren't more guys doing this show? And then another question arises. Why is Martin Fitzwater not doing the Detroit Pro? Is Martin Fitzwater throwing some shade towards Fouad Abiad and not doing his show, his sponsor's show? I mean, let's face it, Martin's already qualified for the Mr. Olympia. He qualified during the Prague Pro when he won that show. So he decides to skip out on his sponsor's show, the Detroit Pro, Hostile Supplements, and go into the Pittsburgh Pro. Now, I understand the Pittsburgh Pro has a bigger, prize, first place prize money, but I think the first place prize money for Detroit Pro is 30,000, maybe it's 20, 25,000, around that range. And now that Derek Lunsford's doing the Pittsburgh Pro, I'm not sure Martin's going to win the Pittsburgh Pro. So if he gets second, third, or fourth, that's like 20,000, 30,000, right? It's the same amount of money he would have got doing the Detroit Pro. So I just want to throw that out there because I found that interesting. That he kind of skipped out on Detroit and Fouad and said, screw you, I'm going to do the Pittsburgh Pro. Anyway, so in this show, we have William Bonac. I'm going to talk about, you got Ron Gordon, James Hollingshead, and Carlos Thomas Jr., and Sasan. Can't say the last name, I'm going to leave it, but he is in this as well. So I'm going to talk about these guys, and we'll jump into my 5th place prediction, and that's going to be Mr. Ronald Gordon. Great guy. Had him on the Muscle Discord podcast before. Very humble. He's very old school in his philosophy, in his training that he brings to bodybuilding. He did a Detroit Pro last year. I think he got 5th. He's in the top 5, I believe. Sorry, guys, if I don't have that off the top of my head. But he didn't stack up well next to the shorter guys like Martin Fitzwater, who competed last year, and Good Vito. Again, these guys are 5'5", 5'6". This guy's over 6 foot. So he's kind of like the odd man out of the lineup. And, so it's kind of hard for the judges to even really compare him to the shorter athletes, which, again, you got Carlos Thomas Jr., you got William Bonac. Again, these guys are barely off the floor. And then you got this tall-ass guy, Ron Gordon, who the judges got to figure out where they got to put him. I think he's looking very good. He always comes in condition I told him during my interview with him that he needs to work on his posing. So it looks like he's working on that. We're going to see how he hits that back double bicep, because before he wasn't even flexing the glutes in the back double bicep. So we'll get an idea of how he's going to be looking. But, you know, he's got a tremendous physique. And I think he can move up higher than fifth, which is what I have him in now. But the reason is he's up against a lot of shorter guys that are compact, that are going to be bringing some condition, which leads me on to Mr. Carlos Thomas Jr. Now, obviously, the problem we had with Carlos at the Arnold Classic is he just wasn't ready. He wasn't in shape. He was about 4 weeks out. Now, it's been about 4 weeks since this show, so he should have just kept on dieting and tightening up the skin, working on his posing. He is very dense, so if he comes in, 4 weeks more conditioned, he should do very well in this show. Unfortunately, he's got some other guys up against him that may be in his way. We're going to talk about that. But I think Carlos Thomas Jr., in my opinion, would place ahead of Ron Gordon, because he's just more compact. He's got the conditioning if he can bring it. And, he's got everything there. With Ron, he's got some gaps still. He's got a huge frame that he has to fill out. And I think Carlos will potentially edge him out. But I think they could flip-flop. I'm going to put that on the record. I think they could flip-flop. Moving into third, and this is a tough one too. But I'm going to put Sasan in third place at the Detroit Pro. He brings a gnarly physique and very good conditioning. I just think he needs a little bit more quad sweep, a little bit better balance to his physique. In order to, move up here from that third place position, which I think is possible. I think a lot of guys can flip-flop in this competition. So, he's going into this looking to be in very, very good condition. Now, is it going to be enough to take out this man, James Hollingshead? I don't know. It's going to be, James obviously looks to be in better shape here. To me, he's a little downsized. So when he's downsized, he doesn't look like the normal James. So I'm not sure which way it's going to go. Again, this is a flip-flop show. From the first to the fifth place position, any one of them could flip-flop. Like, really. And I think this is another one where James and Sasan can flip-flop between each other. You see him here, his arms are a little thinner. He did look good. He did post a story just a couple hours ago. Let me go there. Right there. Where he looks, actually pretty good here. Right? And this is 4 days out from the show. So we'll see. I think potentially have James in a solid second. So we'll leave that there. And then moving into my first place prediction, I think you guys know who that's going to be. There's only one man left, and that's William the Conqueror Bonac. I just can't see anyone touching this. This was him 1.5 weeks out from the Detroit Pro. So, he is on. He is ready. I think it's going to be a very clean, dominant win for the previous Arnold Classic champion, top 5 at the Olympia. William Bonac ain't going to be messing around. He wants to get that qualification spot, shut it down for the rest of the year. And I think he's going to solidly be able to do that without any issues. He always brings the condition. You can see here, he's good to go. He's got it locked in. I'm placing my bets on William Bonac to win this show. Guys, leave a comment below. Who do you think is going to win? Do you think it's an easy win for Bonac? Do you think Carlos Thomas Jr. can take out Ron Gordon? Can Sasan take out James Hollingshead? Love to hear your guys' opinion and your feedback in the comments below. Remember to like the video and subscribe. All right, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Peace.